In October 2021, the BBC announced that it was modernizing audience experience across the BBC. BBC Chief Customer Officer Keris Bright explained.
As we update our digital services, it makes sense to also modernize how we present them.
Viewers have commented that the title of Chief Customer Officer sounds a bit made up. Fortunately, the BBC have detailed Keris Bright's roles and responsibilities.
Keris is Chief Customer Officer and sits on the BBC Executive Committee. She is responsible for developing a closer, more personal relationship with BBC consumers, license fee payers and signed-in members. With responsibility for customer relationships, she leads the marketing and audiences team, along with the license fee unit. Her annual remuneration, as at July 2022, is £360,000.
When the BBC appointed Keris Bright, and offered her £360,000 per annum, they had high expectations for this newly created role. The Marketing, Advertising and Media Journal campaign highlighted her achievements.
BBC recruits Virgin Media's Keris Bright to create more personal audience relationships. During her 3-year tenure as Chief Marketing Officer at Virgin Media, Keris Bright oversaw the brand's #BeTheFastest, featuring Usain Bolt, for its broadband offering.
Yes, who can forget the iconic #BeTheFastest campaign? Here is a reminder.
This is what it feels like to be the fastest.
Having identified the creative genius behind that unforgettable slogan, are you ready to be moved? The BBC also moved quickly to recruit Keris, with an eye-watering offer of £360,000. Once at the BBC, she announced that her mission to modernize audience experiences had culminated in the commissioning of a new batch of logos. She goes on to explain how viewers will benefit from the new logo rollout.
Updated, recognizable colors, logos and graphics will identify each service and help improve navigation between them.
In April 2022, the Daily Express, under Freedom of Information, requested the cost of the new branding. In May, the BBC replied that it had decided not to release the information, saying,
Disclosing how much the BBC spent in connection with the logo redesign would be likely to prejudice its ability to secure value for money.
The Daily Express refused to accept the decision, but, following an internal review in June 2022, the BBC confirmed that they continued to consider themselves exempt, giving a new reason, this time saying they did not have a centrally held record of the full cost. They wrote,
The BBC's rebranding process is a complex project, and involves multiple, interdisciplinary teams, and an external supplier. On liaising with senior colleagues in the BBC's brand division, which has expert knowledge of the way such information is held by the BBC, to answer your request would take in excess of 18 hours to identify and extract the requested information.
The Daily Express rejected this excuse, and appealed directly to the Information Commissioner's office. Finally, in December, the BBC reconsidered its decision and revealed the information that was first requested in April. Let's ask the mastermind of this rebranding project to reveal the cost.
The work we've undertaken is to help audiences to recognize and access BBC content seamlessly.
Thanks, Keris. But, after 8 months of asking, please give us the figure.
£7,261,039.
Is there anyone in this country who is still happy to pay a license fee?